Hello, folks. Yeah, I'm running a little behind. Let me clean my glasses here. Hi, how's everybody? Lotro, you crack me up. Now you're using dad genius jokes. Oh, so how you doing? Thanks for being patient. I hope everybody's well and having a good night and had a good week so far. We're just going to hang tonight, talk about whatever pops up. Do have a few things I'm going to say later on. But other than that, we're good. Let's do this. I got to wash my hair. I can't do nothing with it. I'm feeling kind of goofy, so bear with me. The tremors are on extra load tonight, so I'm just trying to go with it. Hi, Skyly. How you doing, dear? Welcome. So, yeah, it's just little old me tonight. And I hope you people don't think I'm too goofy with those. Yeah, I found the app to TikTok, so I was having a little fun. I wasn't going to publish them, but I thought, hey, man, I hadn't done anything for a while, so what the heck? And next thing I know, Jumper's putting them up on YouTube. And that's not even all of them. I'm glad you're good. Gemma's settling in for the night. She'll be here Friday. And then she also, I'm good. And then she'll be here Friday night for Oracles. I should be here Saturday unless something major happens for Gemma's replay. And then she's got an upload Monday at 11. I'll push that more probably Saturday night. I'll let her bring it up Friday night because she does that, give herself a chance to promo. Hopefully she'll sit down with the History Channel and do her interview. We'll get to hear when that happens. That'll be awesome. I want to see an AI version of her story. That will be interesting. I've been pretty fortunate lately. I haven't had some kind of wall or something around me the last few weeks. I've had a couple incidents, but pretty much I have seen hardly anything, which is really weird, except for when I watch the riots. When I see the stuff going down, is she still doing the Tuesday stuff still? The Tuesday? Hey, Vixen, I'm not sure about Tuesday Talk. She wants to do it, but she's been super busy. But usually she does a Tuesday Talk in the afternoon. We'll have to wait and see. That woman's a busy lady. She's between taking care of little man and running around with her head cut off and everything. Oh, I shouldn't have put it that way. YouTube will give me a hard time. Walking around like a crazy chicken. Poor thing. She's on the go a lot. Hello, dear Vixen. How are you tonight? Yeah, Latra was telling, I call them genius dad jokes, dad genius jokes. I don't know. You're always really good about sliding a few of those in there. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on the Tuesdays. But everybody doing good. I'm singing out. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's been weird because when I watch the riots, I do see things. That's the only place other than when one touched me a couple weeks back ago, because I saw it and it let me know. It's been pretty quiet. But I'm having a hard time watching anything from the riots because I'm seeing things that I don't think most people are seeing. Though there is some video out there where they're catching stuff, some paranormal stuff in this riots that ain't cool, doesn't look right. Thank you for the bacon, dear. I'm glad you're doing good. So you got any good activities planned coming up now that it's getting nice, Vixen? You're going to get out and about? Vixens are go out and get things done, do things lady, which I love about her. She always on the go. And works, too, which is impressive. God, I would love to have my job back. Actually, I would even take working as manager in a restaurant right now. I love my pops, but sometimes being stuck here and then running just back and forth to do errands and stuff gets a little nuts for me. They don't want to let me do much. I mean, I was working at a video store for a while. There he is. Was looking at a game video store for a while. Game store, video store, what do you want to call it? Game exchange kind of place. I enjoyed it. I was working for free. He was paying me in games and stuff. But yeah, I didn't even ask a lot of times. But I was going to go back and see if he could use a little help, keep me busy during the summer, during the day or something, when things are calming down, because pretty much all my spring work is done now that I'm getting caught up. But back to my story. So it's been weird that this is the only place I'm really seeing a whole lot right now is like in video and in the riots and videos of the riots. And it's really off. I don't know what to think of. It's been nice. I just avoid watching those stuff or watching anybody live. Watching Moggs and those guys the other night live. I didn't say much. I had to leave because one of the guests he had on had somebody or something standing behind him. And I don't like talking and saying things in chat because, some people believe you, some people don't. And I don't want to freak people out. But that was the only time. Other than that, in person, it's been fairly quiet. Well, that's what's really been nice is I've been doing a lot of running and I haven't seen anything following anybody probably the last 8 to 10 days. It's been wild. 2 phone calls dropped. Yeah, the phone will ring. You know how it goes. So it's been kind of weird. And other things have been seem like they've been blocked from getting to me, which is nice for the time being. Apparently being protected or for some reason. Something's holding me back, which is nice because I feel great. I'm losing weight and getting there and feeling good. Yeah. I hope everybody's feeling the same way because I am in good spirits, even though my, certain issues never leave me. You can tell by the way I get amped up or kind of get quiet. But like I said, Vixen, do you have anything major going on? Latro, you doing anything other than answering phone calls? And Skyly, oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, Skyly. I get that because I'm out of school. So she wanted to start that. I could join it. Oh, if you're talking, you may be talking about something I don't know about. I know she wants to do something. So, her program. See, you may be talking to me something about that I don't know. But it's not that I don't know. It's just she gets a lot of stuff going. So you have to get with her on that. If it's about her class or whatever, if she's doing something like that. I'm sure if she rewatches this a lot of times, she'll skim through it or come and rewatch it, listen to it. If she's not watching now, sometimes she ghosts me, which is fine. But if she sees your comment or leave a comment down below after the stream or before you leave, just leave a comment in my box because I don't get those comments. She's notified of any comments that are left because it's her channel. So she'll see it. So if you want to leave a comment afterwards afterwards, because I don't think you can leave one now. And ask her would be your best bet. I'm sure she'll see it. I don't get very many comments, and I wish people would at least say hey or something. So I get some comments that helps the algorithm, but that's fine. I don't push it. These are casual nights. Hey, Vixen. Did you send your, if you're still there, did you ever send your Skinwalker story to Gemma or anybody? I know a couple people know of it. Because if you can write that out again, or she has a copy, she may use that in one of her next books if you give her permission. But I think she's got to have your permission. Nothing drastic. I'm putting it out into the universe that I need to establish a sacred space, someplace more private than the trailer park. Yeah, it can get kind of tight sometimes there. Actually, Vixen, I found mine just roaming around one day. Actually, I have a couple of them that I go to. Plus, there's one that I go to when people say that I say it's astral projecting. Other people say, no, you're just whatever the other one, dream state is. But Well, on my bad days when I'm in a lot of pain, when I go to bed, I literally leave my body. I mean, my body's nonstop. It's when it's bad, I'm shaking and trembling, and the bed is a mess. I'm a mess. So when I finally doze off, I leave. I let my body go, and I just take off for a while. I usually have a very nice, lovely place that I go to and just sit in my head or wherever. It feels real. My eye doctor is drop dead gorgeous from Ecuador. Oh, really? I had a dentist like that. She was, woo. But those were the young days. I've given my story to Belief Hole, I think it was. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's a story that would be good on this History Channel that they're getting ready to do. That Gemma's going to hopefully take part on. The lady was supposed to do her interview, got sick, but she is going to do it. They're going to interview her. That would be a good story to go on there. You know that, right? Because they could do it. They'll do an AI generation of the story, so it might be pretty cool. That's up to you. If you think about it, send it to Gemma or let her know, and that'd be a good one for this. It's a cryptic show, and they're trying to do the stories you don't hear a whole lot of, and that would fit right up that would be perfect for that show. Especially, it'd be kind of cool to see the AI version of animation or however they do it. I don't know if they'll do animation, if they'll do actual generation human AI. But it'll be interesting to see how they do it. So it'll be interesting to see how they do her Glimmerman story. So yeah, think about it. Let one of us know. It'd be pretty cool. Also, it'll be a good story. It'll also be a good short story to put in a book, Dixon, if you ever think about writing a book. And I bet you could. Now, there's a lot of people in this room that probably could easily write a book or watching. Easily. All I ask, folks, when you come and go, if you hang out for a bit or if you're just coming in to say hi, hit that like button. I appreciate it. And leave a comment if you can. I don't worry about sharing it out because it's just literal me. So I don't have a scratch box or music or anything. We just gab. And I last as long as you guys do. And if it gets quiet after a certain time, I call it. But that's fine. That's what it's all about. Wednesday nights are about relaxing. It's middle of the week. I usually get up and get to run pretty early, and I've been up pretty early. It was funny. I got up early this morning, and I have given my story. I don't know if Gemma has my Skinwalker story. I think she may have my mermaid encounter. That I know she has, because I think, didn't she do it for one of her listener encounters, if I remember right? I'll have to check with her. But that Skinwalker story, I'm telling you, that would be a good one to see on her Glimmerman, and I'd like to know what they're doing, because I know they'll probably do maybe 2 stories per episode, depending on it. It's probably an hour-long show. They'll probably spend a half hour on one and a half hour on another one. Yeah, I think she did do your mermaid one on a listener's encounter. I remember that. For some reason, I remember that. Now, I can't remember which one it was, but I'll find it. Oh, actually, I think I did. I think we, when I was doing all the listener encounters, I may have been one. It was one of the ones I played in the listener encounters. We've done them all except for the last few that she did because they were recent. I think a couple of those are members only. And I'm going to ask her permission to do those, because I like to do the rest of those and catch all the listener stories caught up and listener encounters. And then for Gemma's replay, I also want to do some more of the high strangeness I love encounters. I think they're great. And there's certain encounters I like to really watch. I pay attention to, like giants and the cryptids. You can go anywhere and hear a Bigfoot story. Almost now you can almost go anywhere and hear a Dogman story. I like all the other weird ones that come out that fit the agenda. Now, not everybody calls skinwalker. Everybody calls certain things skinwalkers and wendigos when they're not. But I want to be like those more legit stories that fit the narrative of those cryptids. You know what I'm saying? I'm Gabby tonight because I know I'd have to be. I'm thinking about bringing somebody back in with me, but I haven't decided yet. We'll see what Gemma says. Actually, I thought about bringing my son in here one night and see if he'd do it, but he's been working pretty early in the morning. He just got done working a long weekend at the Columbus Art Festival. That reminds me. Check this out. He got this for an early. He works for a company that makes signs, like a lot of like the Dragon Ball Z sign and stuff like that. He makes stuff like that, but he makes some promotional signs and all that. And they make signs for the Columbus Arts Festival downtown. And then he goes around and they maintain signs because they can change them and stuff out. And he works the whole weekend. Well, Sunday he came home after cleaning up, listening to my phone, charging. I'm cooking dinner. Oh, sounds good. We had a good dinner too. He got me an early Father's Day gift, and I love this. He had 3 of them to choose from, and maybe Friday or Saturday night and get the other 2 to show you got. This is the one he got me. I don't know if you can see that. See if I can get the glare off of there. Isn't he cool? He's pretty cool. He's got all these little patches on him. But I saw that and he goes, I got this because I knew this would be the one you want. But isn't that cool? This guy's pretty good. His name is Larry Monroe, I think is how you say his name, Monroe. But the detail on this is just amazing. He's got the misfits on the chest, all kinds of anarchy stuff. But it's pretty cool. That's what I said. I gotta have that one. He goes, yeah, I figured this was the one you'd pick. He knows I have a thing for samurais. That's because I dream about them a lot. But it was pretty cool. Signs are everywhere. Signs. I used to one of my favorite songs when I was a kid. Nothing like charging the phone and cooking dinner. What you making for dinner, Uso? Russo? How's it? Uso or Russo? You have to forgive my pronunciation. My vocabulary. Well, it's not my vocabulary. It's my ability to talk has been hindered over the last couple of years because of Tourette's and other things. So I'm going to make sure I say it right. I hope you don't mind me calling you Uso. Leaving out the R. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty bad. For those who didn't see the posted thing. But he had a couple cool ones. And then he had a booklet that came with him that the guy gave him that he had other prints and stuff that he did. There was a really cool Alice in Wonderland one I thought would be pretty cool. Oh, steak and quiche. Ooh, sounds good. That sounds actually really good. We had hamburger helper tonight. Homemade hamburger helper. Samurai Dragon. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, isn't it though? Yeah, he said he saw that and he bought 3. I think he gave one of them to somebody else, but he said he was giving me the choice of 3, but he knew which one I was going to pick because I do have a fascination with samurai. And a lot of that, like I said, has to do about when I do sleep well and I have dreams. It's usually about bloody samurai battles. I don't know why. Sometimes they're so real, it's not even funny. Well, hello, Johnny Topside. How are you tonight? Welcome. We're just hanging out. Just with little old me, Gemma. We'll be here Friday night. And for Oracles, well, Mr. Haywood, how are you doing, sir? I hope you are well, good man. I appreciate it. You stopping in. Yeah, I kind of listen to Moggs. Sometimes I'm always got Moggs on, just so you know, Michael. I listen to Moggs. Sometimes I pop in and talk. Sometimes I don't. A lot of times he is on in my background. Now, there's been many times I just sat there and listened. I guess I should leave a comment, let him know I was there. I don't always do. It's because I'm always typing for everybody else. So welcome, good sir. I hope you're well. Johnny Topside, welcome. Are you new? Because I don't remember that name, but welcome. And like I said, Gemma will be here Friday night at 7:15 for Oracles. So that'll be cool. Come in and say hi to her. She'd love to see you if that's why you stopped in tonight. Yeah, I'm just her little sidekick dragon. I do 2 streams a week, if you didn't know. Do it Wednesday and Saturdays. On Saturdays, I do what I call GEMMA'S replays. We go back in her catalog and just play a couple of older videos. It's fun to look at her. In the early years, we were kind of politely picking on her about her honor the last week, but it was all in love. She picks on me all the time, so it's my chance to get some words in when she's not around. But I'm glad you're here. So you into the I try to mix it up, talk paranormal, and then pretty much we end up talking about anything and everything. I think one night after GEMMA'S replays, we talked about movies. So I missed this show last night. Oh, did you? Were you fishing? My dad's been dying to go out. We need to go and I need to get my dad out. Yeah, my shorts. Oh God, they were pretty goofy. I'm surprised anybody's even viewed them. Actually, I did them for fun for her, and I didn't mean to post them on TikTok. And then she saw I did one because she knew she needed a laugh. And next thing I did like 4 of them, and 3 or 4. I think I did 4 of them. And I just went ahead and put them on TikTok just to get a giggle, see how they do. And next thing I know, they're all 3 of them were on. I don't know if she'll put the 4th one on YouTube. And I was like, oh gosh. And Facebook. I know she put one on Facebook. But the one I had her cracking up so loud. She texts me, voice texts me, and she's laughing. She goes, I thought it was something else. You totally caught me off guard. She laughed. And she needed that laugh. Yeah, got a pretty good crew in there last night, Michael. But there was one guy there. I won't say which one. He definitely had something standing behind him. So I had to leave a little early. Because I didn't want to say I don't like bringing that stuff up. And it just kind of made me uncomfortable to see it. And then it's not that I want to say something. I wanted to say something. But I needed to know. So I did that once before in a gamer live stream. I tried to tell the gamer that there was something standing behind him. And I got made fun of. And that's on him. But there was definitely something standing behind that kid. I tried to tell him. I said, dude, I don't know what you're into, but there is something not good standing behind you. I'll know if I hear something soon. That was just about a month ago. But yeah, I know you like to fish. It was nice watching them fish the other night when they were fishing. And my dad was jealous. He goes, they've got to go fishing. How come I haven't got to go fishing? Well, you've been through a lot the last couple of weeks. I figured you want to wait, but we do need to get you out. I love to fish. We're one of those guys that carry like 15 poles a piece. It's not that many, but I think we each take like 4 or 5 poles. He's made a dolly thing to carry all of his tackle on. I have an old bamboo pole I love to use in ponds. I like to fish in ponds. Don't usually do much. I went fishing once up in Lake Erie. And I didn't catch anything, but a couple of the guys on the boat did. They caught some nice stuff. But I didn't have any luck. I think there was two. Sometimes I think you have too many people on the boat. There was like 6 of us, plus the guy that was driving the boat and his helper. So 7, 8 people on that boat. It was pretty decent size. You could sprawl out a little bit. But yeah, I'm a short guy. I like my ponds. I like fishing in ponds and small areas. A few lakes here and there. Not many. There's a few lakes around here. Reservoirs, I should say. But there is good fishing here. My brother lived up in Minnesota, and I kept telling Dad I'd take him to Minnesota to go up there and fish. You can never get him to go. Now he lives in Tennessee, and I tell him now, man, there's good fishing down there too, dude. He was up here for my dad's sister, little sister passed, so he's the last one remaining. And Tim was here up in Chillicothe with him. I tried to tell Tim to take him home so he'd go fishing. So there's better fishing down there. I know he's close to it. He's like right east of the Appalachians. So, you know, that toward the bottom there, I guess. I don't know. But I take a picture of his house and you can see the mountains in the behind him. But if everybody's having a good weekend, I hope everybody has a good weekend. And I really like everybody to show up for Gemma on Friday. My friend will wait made in the throat nets. We were dodging and water moccasin last time. Also have been chased by huge rattlesnakes. Oh, the rattlesnakes. You're down in Texas, so I can see that. And I saw it go up a small waterfall. Yeah, I've seen them do that too. Water moccasins they're a pain in the butt. Here, it depends on where you go. If you go down south toward Logan and stuff, you got to watch the copperheads as more than the water moccasins. Now, water moccasins around here in the rivers and stuff up here, and especially around the reservoir, they're pretty feisty. So you got to watch messing with them too. So. I'm just reading chat, making sure I didn't miss anything. I have to review every so often to make sure I didn't miss nobody. But other than that, there's not much going on. But like I was saying earlier, so get back to what I was talking about. It's been weird that it's been blocked. Now, like I said, I'm seeing stuff in video and stuff, and streams and stuff. Like I said, I can't even watch the riots right now because that's one of the few things I'm having a problem watching. I try to watch just news because to keep what's going on because it's important. But some of the things I'm seeing following people around in these groups and when they were all standing up on that bridge, throwing stuff off that bridge, the things I was seeing stand behind these people were not pleasant. It made me kind of uneasy to see so much at one time and on just a video kind of creeped me out. But everything else, when it comes to the personal life experience, walking around, like I said, it hasn't been that bad. Since that one thing touched me, it's been pretty tame. In fact, I haven't seen anything. Just like I said on video and stuff. I don't know what. No, it's not Smoochie. Hello, Smoochie. Keep it tame, please. But yeah, it's been weird. Certain other things have been kind of blocked. I feel good about it though, because it feels like a positive thing right now. It's kind of giving me a break. But I think I'm amping up for something major to go down. Well, Christopher, how are you doing? Yeah, me and Pop are going to sit down tomorrow night and watch the Predator We were starting to do it the other night, but he got involved in wrestling, and I got involved in other stuff, working around the room and stuff. YMCA it's harder in our language. But yeah, they gotta keep it tame, Smoochie. That's all I ask, hon. Edna, well, hello, dear. I hope you're feeling good tonight. The crew's coming in now. Good to see you, At. Good to see you, Smoochie. Good to see you, Chris, Latro, Johnny. He came in and said hello and howdy. He hasn't said much since, but a lot of people come in hoping to see Gemma, which I understand. I like to see Gemma too. I'm just checking chat. Sometimes I notice after I talk a little bit, I miss somebody or miss something. So I always like to go back and check. I like to include everybody if I can. And Smooch come in here and give us giggles. Your shorts made me laugh. Yeah, there's another one too where I'm wearing these big old glasses. I don't know if she'll post it or not, but it's pretty hilarious. Well, I think it's pretty funny, but it's just me because I was being goofy. Yeah, I stumbled on the apps on TikTok. And it just, I knew she needed a good laugh the other day, so I did some funny things. And like I said, it's only now that I know they're there, it's only going to get worse. I like doing goofy stuff like that since I'm such a goofus drag. I just watched the final Super. I'm not watching any more trailers. I stopped watching all the trailers. I watched the first one and that was it. Bits of the other one. And I ain't touching them anymore. They give too much away. Oh, test measure. Yeah, well, I don't want to know. I want to save excitement for the movie. I want to see this stuff for the first time. So don't give me too much, because even spoilers can ruin it for people. And I like to go in as blind on some things. I mean, I like to go in with a little knowledge, but this one I definitely don't want to go into. Godzilla's I don't. Giles was dropping hints about Predator, the Hulu one that's out right now. And I'm like, dude, you got to stop. You know how I feel about that. You don't want me doing it to you. Don't do it to me. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about this new Superman. Still kind of iffy about it, but I'm excited for it because I'm more of a DC guy. Yeah, I know who he is. I know who you're talking about. I'm very aware. I'm a DC guy. I'm very aware of who Miss Test Matcher, however you say her name is. I know who it is. And for the others, those that don't, that's who she is, his girlfriend from the original movies. But it should be good. We'll see. I'm waiting to see how it takes a hold. A lot of people, people don't understand that, like Guy Gardner, that's the way he looks. I mean, other than the fact that he had red hair, but I'll be okay with the blonde. Makes him look goofier. He's kind of a pain in the butt in the books, kind of a smart. I know you're not, and that's fine. My son's not a DC guy. I mean, certain characters, but he's mostly a Marvel guy too. He's mostly a Marvel guy. I'm a DC guy only because my dad was a DC guy. I got all those comics. Well, I had all those guns. So I had chemo, and then I had to sell everything. But that's fine. Just material stuff. I stuff still put away for the grandkids and the kids. For a month, I wander off this planet. They got something to remember me by. Yeah, that's like you ask around the world, and most people will tell you their favorite, the most common characters are Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. I would say Spider-Man, Batman, and Super probably the most popular. Yeah, I heard that too. Brian Wilson passed. Man, a lot of people. Yeah, wasn't much of a Beach Boy guy, but my mom was, believe it or not. But she liked all music. Yeah, I knew Sly Stone did. He wasn't in the best of shape, anyways. I'm surprised he was around as long as he did. Dude, he's been through it. Yeah, they go in threes. Who else went this week? Somebody else went this within the last few days too. Who was it? Somebody else went too. It's like I'm skimming through something. I can't remember if it was TikTok or Facebook, and they said Jason Stratham had passed. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. That would have been definitely in the news. I would have heard that a lot sooner. I was like, "You people, quit that! These things talk about fake news, and then that's all you see on there." But yeah, now I knew Sly. I didn't know him, but my brother was like Sly Stone. I had a few of his albums, and Brian Wilson. Like my mom had a bunch of their albums, of the Beach Boys. I think she had like 3 or 4 of them. I shouldn't say a bunch. Yeah, because of LA. Yeah, I know. They're kind of, and that will go on until it kind of fades away too, while they're still doing what they're doing. There's nothing to see here. I'm not going to get too political on here because God, I want to, but I won't do it. I'll start my own channel, do that. It sound like my dad. I guess I would start in too because I've been around him so much lately. Rocky died. No, not Rocky. I don't know who you talk. Oh, it's Stallone. No, not Stallone. Sly Stone. You know, Sly Stone. Him and his funk music. Funky music. That didn't sound right at YouTube, I know. They're giving me a hard time. Nope, Sly's still around. Mr. Stallone is still around. Sly and the Family Stone. Yep. Thank you, Chris. I couldn't remember how it went. I always thought it was Sly Stone and the Family, but thank you for correcting me because now that sounds more appropriate. I wonder if my brother still have those albums. I know my brother Tim had all of his. My brother Mike had tons. So did my little brother. I don't even know what happened to half his stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm probably sure. I don't download stuff. I listen. I still listen to music, but not like I used to. I'm just too busy, and I can't wear earbuds and the headphones. Though I can wear them for a while, like when I'm playing a game, but after a while, I gotta take them off. Oh yeah, if I mean I've got them. I have them on my YouTube thing, my YouTube music, and my randoms of a couple of his tunes. I have a pretty good mix that I just sometimes when I'm working or cleaning, I'll just hit the random and it'll just play, like you would anything else. But I don't know if you heard what I was talking about, Edna. Lately, I felt like I've been being blocked from things. Since that thing touched me, things have gone quiet personally. But when I do watch the riots, I do see things. Every video I've watched of the riots, I've had to stop watching them because every time I watch one of those videos, I'm seeing some bad stuff. Standing behind people or around people or in fires. And it creeps me out because that's the only time. And then about a month ago or so, I was watching a YouTuber, a gamer, watched Mogs the other night, and he had somebody on that had somebody standing on. But I'm only seeing stuff right now, like in video or streams. It's weird. In your music folder, dang, Chris. That's crazy. But there's probably people out there like you. I know people, a lot of people love their music. I'm sure if Gemma had a music folder, she'd probably have flowing over. But yeah, it's been crazy. And it's been but the personal thing of when I've been out and about, it's been nice because it's just, I'm not seeing anything. But it feels like something's been put around me. I have felt pretty carefree. Don't seem to care about anything right now. Yeah. If somebody could throw a stone at me, I'd probably just look at them and throw it back at them. And not say anything. Been on my resealing the concrete floor every year. Got a brain pack to shine. Oh, fun. I'm playing the Nile Rodgers and another tab, Beverly Hills. Oh, okay. You sound like me. Sometimes I have like 3 or 4 tabs going. Well, I also run 2 TVs. So I think doing Oracles now, I'm going to start putting YouTube on one TV and then this on the other. I haven't decided yet. It just does make it a little easier. I don't seem to have any more. When I do that, I don't seem to have as many technical glitches. I can't hear the show, can only see chat. Oh, wow. Why can't you hear it? Nobody else got the sound down. Everybody dance. A new season of South Park next month. No, they will do an episode on the right. Oh, of course they will. Of course they will. They're getting in. They're getting to a point where people are starting to crap all over them too, trying to shut it down. It'll never happen. They've been around. How long has South Park been around? Just as long as Family Guy? Maybe even longer, right? That's a lot of music, though. That almost sounds like probably something my little brother would do. He had a ton of music. 27 years? Really? God, now I do feel old. Holy crap. What, now is that South Park or is that Family Guy? I know it's not Family Guy. Is it? No. Who's been running longer, South Park or Simpsons is what I should have said. Because Family kind of disappeared for a while, then it came back. And Simpsons always been around. Ever since, what was her name show? South Park, okay. LA Rapid on the schedule to simply LA, how you put that like that. The LARUD. Simpsons have been on since '88. Yeah, that sounds about right. When South Park? What year did South Park start? Since you're pulling all that stuff up, Chris. Everyday People. That's a great song. That was one my mom would even dance to. Going back scanning chats because I'm trying to keep up. Tracy Allman Show. Thank you, sir. So, like I said, it's been kind of weird. And I'm afraid when this, whatever's going on with me stops, all hell's going to break loose. It happened like this a few years back. It was like this. And then all hell broke loose. And I'm going to say hell. Screw YouTube. Everybody else cusses. But I'm not going to watch. I'm going to watch the bad language. Then I went through the period just a lot too long ago. I think I don't remember this. I couldn't go anywhere. I was just seeing bad stuff every place. Then it disappeared for a while and it kind of tamed down. Then it started back up again. Then it got really bad. And then that thing touched me on that arm. I still have a little bit of a bruise there, a little bit of a mark. Yeah, that one doesn't seem to want to go away as fast as the other ones did. And I got a couple more, but that was my doing. Got a little too rambunctious down in the cemetery one night when I was. Sometimes after I do Tai Chi, I'll go walk. And I think something didn't like me being around. But I didn't see anything. But when I came out of the cemetery, I had the bruises. But I didn't see anything. That's the thing. Can anybody see the strawberry moon? Give me 1 second. My window is actually facing the moon, but it's right here. We have clouds. That sucks. Yes, we have clouds. So no strawberry moon for me tonight. It kind of got cloudy. It's kind of overcast. And what time we got here? The moon usually lines up with my room about midnight, a little after 1 at this time. This is why I picked here. Let me do this. That's why I picked that. I couldn't find a strawberry moon one or a pinker moon, so I picked that one. So I picked that one. Yeah, it's really kind of overcast tonight here. Is it overcast there too, Chris? Now, it was a beautiful day. I mean, most part, it was beautiful today. Little puffy clouds here and there, but other than that, it wasn't bad. I was hoping to see it too because I even got the telescope sitting out. No, it's kind of, I wouldn't say overcast, but that you can't. I mean, the other night that moon was so bright, it was not even full yet, and it was blind. You know, it would lit up my room. I even left my curtain open because it was kind of nice. But tonight, it's like it's got an overcast. But we also getting a lot of smoke from Canada still carrying through. Nobody's talking about. And the air quality up here was really crappy today too. It was funny. Like I said, I got up this morning, got to cruising, and we did a lot of work actually. And Dad goes, "We got to run some errands." So we ran some errands and came back. He goes, "Take a shower and chill out." So that's what I did. I just been hanging out, played games. Went and talked to one of my daughters for a little bit real quick, and that was it. It's been a pretty chilled day. Yesterday was a pretty busy day, and it'll probably be the same way tomorrow. I can't see it, and my sky is clear. Really. Hold on, let me check something. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to look at something here real fast. I'm going to see what the deal is. Well, it says we're clear here, but we do have overcast skies. Rain moves in on us on Friday night. Excuse me. Saturday, and then Sunday's just straight stuff. But they got us as clear, but it's not really clear out there. There is a lot of overcast. So I'll know here in a little bit once the moon for me right now, because it comes in my back window right beside me here because I moved my room around and I want to get it ready to move it again because I don't like it like this. It will be off to my kind of my southeast, and it comes up. But usually about this time of year, now that they cut down a bunch of pine trees, it shines in directly in my room. I can literally set my tripod, pull down my window from my telescope, and stick it out the window. And I've got probably an hour or two of good viewing. I see the stars, not the moon. Let me see what the moon time is tonight, because it might be a late moon. Let me find the. Guys, see it's. Oh, you found it? It's probably still off in the east. Yeah, it probably should be pink. It should be pink. Hold on. Why did it do that? The moon is from 9:58 to 6:40 here. So it's just not getting to about right here. So I have to literally get up and go out to the front to see it, or go out in the backyard and look. And there's a bunch of trees. We have a bunch of big trees. So I'll have to wait until it comes around to my back end unless I go out front and look at it. It's pink, and it's pink. Yeah, it's supposed to be really cool tonight. And it's the only ones till what they say? It's only one for a while. It's like this next Friday. Yeah, this Friday is the only Friday the 13th this year. That's my ex's birthday. So I'll give her a hard time about Jason chasing her all over the place. I'll send her Jason texts all day. I still bug her about it. But yeah, so this year seems to be a year. This is the only time it's going to happen until the next following years or something. It's low in the sky. It was behind a group of trees. Yeah, that's my problem right now. If I go out in the back, I won't be able to see it unless I go out front and stand in the street. 3:42 is when it's completely full for us. Oh yeah, now about the same time for us too. We're in the same time zone, so yeah. I'll probably be up. I like I said, I've got it out. I've got my telescope sitting over here, ready to go. I wanted to check it out. Hopefully, it gets that right point, and it should. Last night, like I said, the other night when it wasn't even full yet, man, that thing was bright. It lit up my whole room. Another 18, 19-year-olds. Y'all will see another one. 18 to 20. You'll see the other one. Yeah, it'll be a while. Yeah. From what I understand. Yeah, I saw your post on Facebook. Somebody sent me stuff to remind me in my email. Because they know I'm into that. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Right now, it's just you and Chris. Everybody rotates. But it isn't every June full moon or strawberry. But it isn't not every. That's one of those. The pink moon is kind of a weird, rare one that it happens, but it's like every so often. It's like every couple of years or something. I thought the red moons are more popular is more abundant than the pink ones, and a lot of that has to do with the sun and the way they're angled and the rotation around us, or us around them, that gives it that hits that moon just right to give us that pinkish or the dark red, from what I understand. I'm sure Chris or somebody will come in here. Oh, Chris, be nice. Don't get me in trouble now, okay? Seriously. Already got one yellow Dones last Saturday, and one the last time I did spooky time. They didn't keep, and I know why I got them. They were easy to fight. So, yeah, just be careful what you say. That's all I ask. I'm giggling, believe me. That's what the indigenous called it. It means strawberries are in season. Now, it might be possible. I didn't think it was like a yearly thing. I'll have to go back and look that one up. Marks the time when strawberries are ripe in the forest. Okay. So it might be a yearly thing. Where they talked, it'd be a while before we'd have another pink moon, another couple years. Or do they have two? I'm going to go look that up because the pink moons I'm not very strong on. And I knew the pinks were like a spring harvest stuff thing. That's about all I knew. But I didn't think they were like a regular thing, like that something that happens every year. You know, sometimes we get 2 or 3 red moons a year. Sometimes we only get one. Sometimes we get 2. In my day, a full moon meant different. In my day, it always meant that everybody was out causing trouble. You know, full moons are one of the most active police nights. And a lot of people don't realize that. That it's like a lot of cops don't like full moons because they're working night shift. They know it's going to be like an active night. It's like all heck breaks loose on full moon nights. Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, because I have YouTube on so I can see them. Appreciate it. I don't know if Skyly's still here. If Skyly, like I said, Skyly, if you're still here listening, just make sure you leave a comment after the stream or come back tomorrow and leave a comment and ask Gemma your question about Tuesday. I'm sure she'll get with you. Hospitals are more active during the full moon. Yeah, I know that. And that is because of all the craziness. I met a car with a full moon. Oh, why did that stick in my back of my head when you said that? It just didn't ring a bell. I guess it's because I'm in here being silly. I should have been silly with you. But that makes sense now. That's funny. And Smoochie's still hiding around. Vixen. I just want to make sure I keep tabs, everybody, so when I say goodnight. But yeah, about to the paranormal. Next Wednesday, if I'm alive, if I'm still moving around, God willing, I'm going to do a couple stories. I'm setting them up now. I was going to do one of them tonight, but I figured I still want to I don't want to read from paper because I'm not very good at that. So I'm just making sure I have everything I need and all the details. Because I'm going to try to be more eccentric. I'd definitely be on eccentric. And I'm way beyond that now. I want to make sure when I tell stories, it'll be a little more detailed. Not just ramble through them. And it's kind of hard because I try to pay attention to you guys. It's hard to focus when I'm thinking and then pay attention to you guys. But I'm trying to teach myself so I can tell, some of these stories with a little more detail and a little more oomph, make them worth the listen. Bo, there's one for you though. If we have new neighbors, there's a house around the corner from my street, and it sits and it actually faces the cemetery. The property used to be part of the original farmstead that was here, the Davis farmstead that was here. And because this is actually the area I live in is called Davis Farms. It faces the house, and the new people bought it, tore the house down, put a whole new big fancy house in it and everything on the property. Nice place. They really kind of kill our neighborhood with that. But anyways, maybe my web protection is working. I don't know, Edna, but it's been really weird because, like I said, I've seen stuff in the riots. I had to stop watching some of the riot footage because I was seeing demons. I was seeing things in the fire. I was seeing demons standing behind. It was crazy. And then I turned around, and just before I decided to stop watching them, that I was trying to catch up on all the footage. There are video footage where people are saying, look, what's in that fire? Look at this. And it's like, I've already seen that in another. I don't want to look anymore. And if you see it, I definitely don't want to see it. But when it comes to me personally, ever since that thing touched me, I mean, I've had some small things, but other than that, it has been quiet. And that's what it's been a relief. And for some reason, I've had this nice calm about me, even though it doesn't appear to be that way. But I am very calm. I'm very okay, whatever. I got things to do. I'm just moving on about my business. I'm not caring about anything or anybody that doesn't need to be cared about. I'm just doing my thing, and I feel real good, and I feel real comfortable. But I'm afraid whatever this is, when it lifts, I'm kind of worried that all hell's going to break loose because it's happened like that before. But for some reason, I'm way calmer this time. I'm a little more focused on things. I'm actually getting stuff done. I'm not trying to do 20 things. Everybody says a Virgo, overthinks things. No, we're just in there putting our files together, making sure that the crap that we don't need is gone. That's what we do. And lately it's been like, okay, done. It's been wild, but I am a little worried that when it does disappear, what's going to happen. But at the same time, I'm very comforted by it. The fact that when it does lift, I'm ready for anything, which is fine. I've been using. You can see demons by watching. Yeah, actually, it's not. I don't watch regular news like that. I get all most of my news from, I would say, just watching videos and internet. I try to get everybody's point of view. I'm very open to everybody's point of view. I want to hear everybody's side. But yeah, when I've been watching TikTok and they're showing the riots or Facebook, so crap. But some of the stuff I've seen here on YouTube, and my dad watches the news. He watches Fox, but I've watched other channels too. And I only watch for footage. I don't watch for what they're saying. And yeah, I'm seeing stuff. Yeah, and I'm not the only one. And people are catching pictures of it. I've been using crushed eggshells forever. Granny told me, found out the other day it's used down south to protect against evil. Oh, really? Now, I would believe that because that sounds really familiar from something one of my old relatives have told me. You lay the crushed eggshells over each entrance and an exit in your home. Evil can't enter. It's kind of like the salt thing. Learn something new every day. Yeah. Yeah, I believe an aunt used to talk about doing stuff like that. But I don't know if she was putting them in the doorways or around the doorways. Now, I have an aunt. I had a cousin that was way older than me. Now, I know she was like me. She would get sea salt, and do the whole house, the whole property. Eggshell powder. Oh, that's how, yeah. Well, crushed eggshell powder space, same thing. You're just crushing them down to they're fine. But yeah, I'd never heard of putting it in the entrance of your doorway and the entrance exit in your home, which kind of makes sense. Eggs are used a lot in occult symbolism and in religious ceremony context. So it wouldn't surprise me. I'm dreaming again, but I haven't seen that Gary guy again. I have not seen any of that stuff. which is neat because I've been in and out of doctor's offices in the last 2 weeks. Here it was the amazing thing. When we went to my dad's sister's funeral, and I sit in that, see, I don't bother me. I had a friend that ran a funeral home. I would see stuff in it all the time, and he knew I did. So did his parents. When I walked in that funeral home, it was a totally different experience. I didn't see anything. Usually you see what I call stragglers following people around. That's somebody they've had a funeral before and they just haven't left yet. So they kind of follow people around. I didn't see any of that. In fact, it was so quiet. It was nice because people, my Aunt Sally she was a character. She was a laugher. She liked everybody being happy. And that's pretty much how the service was. Everybody was in good spirits. And nobody really cried until we went to the cemetery. But there at the funeral home, everybody was laughing and having good memories. And it was really weird because I have a relative, my cousin Kim knows it. I don't know if she knows that I see stuff, but she kept watching me and checking me out. And then I have my brother's wife, my oldest brother's wife. And she knows I'm she does a little on the flaky, on the spooky stuff. And she had leaned over and goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "No, I'm actually very, very good. I mean, it's like a whole different level here. I'm good." Because when my mom passed, at times I had to leave the funeral home and to go stand outside because I was watching things wandering around and stuff and following people. And I kind of wondered that night how many people went home with attachments. So, but it was weird. I mean, it's not that I don't feel uncomfortable. It's just, well, no, I'm going to walk in a place like that, like in a hospital, a funeral home or something, and I'm going to eventually see something. That was nice. And to hear people laughing and having a good time, rejoicing in this person's life was fantastic. Apparently, I've been doing stuff all along, not knowing it. The crystals, the potions, I just thought it was normal. And see, sometimes you just think it's normal, but it does help. Today on Fox Lies Live, we made up these news. Hey, Fox is not the only one that does it, though, Chris. All of them do it. I tell my dad the same thing. You really can't trust any of them. They're all full of BS. I go and watch the footage because you can say whatever you want about that footage, but you can't lie about what you're seeing. And my great aunts and and granny were mountain witches. They just hit it well from the wife. It happens. I kind of wondered about some of my aunts and uncles. I really do, because I had some interesting relatives, and a lot of them are gone now. Can't type again tonight. Yeah, been there, and too many times. And there's a granny wish. I knew it. Yeah, well, she's a good one. Don't piss her off. But yeah, it's been wild. I mean, I've been so long. Now we got to watch getting political, guys. So just, even if we're making fun of the news, okay, I got to warn you because I don't want Gemma getting in trouble. This is her channel, but everybody's having fun, so I ain't gonna complain. I just be careful what you say, because if it doesn't show up on YouTube and it shows up in my StreamYard, that means YouTube is watching, which has happened a lot lately, and that kind of bugs me. But anyways, it's been interesting. So I feel like I'm being kind of ready for something, which is fine, good or bad. I think I'm ready for anything that's coming. So we'll see. But it's been an interesting feeling and a positive one. Usually when things like this happen, I get even more closed off because I know something's coming. This time I don't feel like that. It's a whole different vibe. I've made peace with a lot of things too. So that kind of helped too. I've fixed, if I haven't fixed it already, I'm in the processing of fixing the things that I can fix. And the things that I know I can't fix, I've already accepted them and I've moved on. And I think that's kind of helping with my attitude with what's going on around me. But yeah, the things I see now on video, it's like it switched from personal to seeing on the screen. And it's weird because I've always seen stuff, but that's always been hit and miss. Now it's kind of flip flop, but maybe there's a reason. News sprinkles in the truth. Yeah, they do sprinkle in the bits and pieces of the truth and hide the rest with ice cream and whipped cream. It's what it is. Edna's going to send Pumpkinhead after you if you make her angry. Hey, you better watch. That's actually a pretty old story that was taken from something else. I caught them all at the tables reading tea leaves one time. They tried to distract from what they were doing, but I knew. Oh, yeah. See, it cracks me up because people think a new kid from about 5 years old to 12 is just ignorant. We're just not, just bliss to everything. But they're a lot more aware than you think they are. And especially kids in the day pick up things faster. Now, I'm not saying the kids of today don't pick up faster, because they do. It's just the attitude that the things that they're picking up on is different. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I'll just stop there because I don't want to get rambling about that. Found some bacon bits for snack. There you go. You sure they're not doggy treats, Tro? You know, the bacon bacon bites. I bought a pack of dog cookies. They actually look like, with the Oreo cookies where there's a vanilla side and a chocolate side with the cream in the middle. They make dog ones, and my dog, we like to give him them every so often for special treat. I bought a package, set it on the counter. I come out of the bathroom, and Dad's sitting there eating the cookies. I'm like, that's for the dog. He goes, oh, that's what these are. He goes, I thought these were the same ones we were giving the dog, but they tasted so good. And I'm like, and so I tried one. They taste like a regular cookie. Mm-hmm. I only send out good vibes, Chris. I do the bad stuff in person. So you send your familiar, huh? Maybe. It's bacon. It's bacon. They are dog treats when I gave him some. Okay. Wendy's, as of this week, is selling its own brand of bacon and ground beef. I heard that. I wasn't sure when it was being released yet. I heard that. There's a guy that lives across the street from me, Chris, and he designs their ovens and their stoves and all their cookery utensils. And he goes in, he's one of the architects, designers for the stores. And I keep asking, what are you living in this neighborhood for? I mean, his house, there's nice houses here. It's quiet. And Wendy's, the main headquarters of Wendy's is right up on 161. But yeah, he had said something to me a week ago about, them putting out bacon and ground beef. I thought he was joking, but apparently he was serious. I'm surprised they haven't put out frozen patties. Wendy patties in boxes like some of the ones you can find. I just had a Baconator earlier. Now the last fast food I actually had. I don't count pizza as fast food. But the last fast food I actually had that was like Wendy's or anything was Wendy's. But I'm about due for some White Castles. We were talking about that earlier today. It's about White Castles time. I usually get a king case. It's gone in the day. Haven't had Wendy's in years. The Wendy's canned chili is very good. Yes, it is. My dad actually likes that. When I worked for Wendy's, when they opened the one across the shopping center just many moons ago, they allowed me to make the chili without the beans, and I would take that home to Dad because we're not chili bean guys. We like to have our chili just without the beans, which is the way it's supposed to be made, I guess. So I buy a Crave case, and once a year we buy the case, a Crave case, usually the big one, and it's usually gone by the day. There's 3 guys eating off of it, nitpicking at it. Last 2 days, and usually with us 3 guys, it lasts a day. If I haven't had White Castles in a while, I can sit down, and pound down a good 6 to 10 burgers. But they're small. I mean, and then I have to go run around the block for about 2 hours to work it off. Then spend another 2 hours in the bathroom in the morning. The burgers don't bother me, it's the onions. And plus, I love their onion chips. Every time I eat onion chips and onion rings, man, I love belly bombers. I do too. Now, there's another place that has small burgers too, and I've been wanting to try it, but they're not around here, and I can't think of what the name is. But yeah, I love my White Castles. That's always been a treat for us. Hey, Chris, do you guys still have Church's Chicken down there, or did you guys never have them? Because we still have a Church's Chicken open here that I thought was closed, but it's still open. Crystal, is that it? I think that is it. I'll have to go look. But I know there's not one around here. But somebody says they're not bad either. But I couldn't remember the name. And I told him, no, you haven't had a wrap burger until you had a White Castles. That's what I need to do is send Edna some White Castles, and she can send me some crab cakes. I think the crab cakes will probably be worth more than the White Castles. Hadn't heard Church's since '98. Yeah, hadn't had a Church's since. There's still one open up here on 5th. I think it's off of 5th in Cleveland. Crystals is in Kentucky. Is it? Okay. Everybody said they were pretty good too. So White Castles here are known for the midnight munchies. So everybody goes to after the bars if they can't get in the Waffle House, or they don't have Denny's here anymore. They're pretty much gone. Big Boys are pretty much gone. In fact, I think the only the last of the Big Boys by us is Frisch's. Went out about a year ago up the street, and I don't know anyone. I went and ate a Ponderosa that's still open down on 23 that's been there. I've always loved going to that place because it's like time traveling for me because of all the years I spent with. I spent 15 years with Bonanza and Ponderosa, and another 15 with Airwaves. Crystals is in the South version of White. Is the South version of White Castle. Thank you. At least I know the name now. Now, if made right. Yeah, I love good White Castles, man. Oof. But see, that's something that we all have to be in the crave here because we just can't. I just can't sit down and eat 2 or 3 White Castles. If I'm going to eat White Castles, I'm going to get a king case and nitpick at them all day. We used to go to Super Bowl parties, and that's what we take as a king case, crave case. Only difference between the two is Crystals has mustard. Oh, really? Interesting. Now, White Castles here don't have anything. They give you the mustard and ketchup to put on it, but they don't put any of that on it. Just the pickle and onions. And I usually get mine with cheese. Sometimes I get them with pepper jack cheese. They're great with pepper jack cheese. If Stoney shipped them, I'd send you those. They're as good as mine. Cost so much to send them. Yeah, and poor ask Vixen. You can't trust. Don't send anything to postal service. And Vixen, if you're still listening, we do want to pay you for the pies because she sent me 2 rhubarb pies. They got by the time they got to me, they were bad. They were horrible. We don't understand why they sat there. There was no reason for them to take so long to get to her. Because when I checked on them, they were sitting at the main post office. And by the time we got to the box was all molded. Luckily, the other stuff she had sent weren't touched. I was so upset. I felt so bad for her. My dad was crying. Oh, I couldn't food. I have to throw away. But he wants to pay her for the pies that she tried to send him. He asks me every time I bring up Vixen. Love White Castles. We called them gut grenades. I've heard them called everything. They've been called everything on the books. We call them sliders, rat burgers. They don't like that. I like White Castle's chicken and waffle sandwich. Somebody says they are really good. I haven't tried one yet. Usually I go for the burgers. Sometimes Giles says their chicken rings are pretty good too. We lost all of our White Castle. Really, Ann? Did they just move out? They just went doing no business? They're always hopping here. They have to be packed and well, she had them really well done. It's just post office. I just decided that's like Ashley, my daughter, baby dragon, Ashley. She runs that bakery and she wants to be able to ship at least across the states. And she's having a hard time because, it's not packing in it. It's not packing it. It's just they kill you in the shipping. And she doesn't want to overcharge because she tries to keep her prices at a decent price. Baked goods are expensive, so she tries to keep them as fair as possible. And she doesn't want to slap on a big old chunk of a shipping charge. It's crazy. And she's here now. I came back with her. And she's telling people, she put in Facebook that she's making stuff, so people were interested in buying any of her product here. She would sell product and give her a little extra cash too while she's hanging out. I think she's staying one more week before she heads back. But yeah, the shipping kills you. Years ago, we lost our. Years ago, you lost your 1 year, years ago. Wow. Now, it's funny because I have an uncle, Aunt Sally, and Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim passed years ago. He was a Chillicothe police officer, and Aunt Sally's my dad's sister who passed last week. He loved White Castles. They had no White Castles in Chillicothe. And they finally made when he was like dancing for joy because he would come up here just to get White Castles. He would take a whole bunch back with him and freeze them. But now he had finally got his own before he passed. Most places ship food in styrofoam coolers and dry ice. Yeah, some of them do, but I've also seen the boxes lined with styrofoam than the packed ice too. I think I got delivery for some stuff I ordered that had to be kept cold. And it was neat. It was a box. I'm like, oh, they packed it in a box. And then I opened the box up, and then the box was actually lined with styrofoam inside. It was like they slid a styrofoam casing inside of it. And that stuff was still frozen. I was impressed. I order meat from the New York delis. Oh, do you really? Wow. And it comes in and it shows up pretty good, huh? We were thinking about doing the now I've ordered steaks, Omaha steaks and Farmer's Choice steaks, and they've come and they're always packed real nice, but they kill you on the shipping. That's the problem. They get you on the shipping. We've lost all our mom and pops too. I've got one Italian market left. So we now they're slowly popping back up here, Edna, but not like they were. Not like they were. There used to be some really great places in Clintonville which is, we actually consider Worthington is actually considered part of Clintonville. But Worthington and Clintonville were known for some of their old, mom and pop places. The coof thing kind of destroyed a lot of those places and put a lot of them out of business. I like corned beef from Cats. Ooh, interesting. God would love that. Friend got a shipment of Cat's Deli a few years back. Really good, but it wasn't worth it. But was it worth it? The thing about that is, like I said, what kills you is not as much as paying for the product as it is the shipping now. It just kills you. And even then, shipping stuff like that was not cheap. I used to order salamanders and newts and frogs online. And now you're talking $50 for the, depending on the species and how rare it is. They can go from anywhere from $30 to $50. But they want $70 to $80 flat fee for shipping. That's no, I don't think so. I'll pass. We've lost almost all of our malls. Kmart died years ago, honey. I think the last Kmart here closed. I want to get this right. I think in 2000, 2001. And it became a Sears kind of like parts store. The Sears hardware is what it became for a short time. They sold parts and stuff, and then some of their Sears products, like improvement products. And it lasted maybe another 2 years. Kmart was actually one of my favorite places to go because that's where we did a lot of school shopping and stuff like that. Kmart and Wilco's and Walgreens. We had a big Wilco's down in Graceland with the diner and everything. Oh man, they had good food in there. Go in there and pay $5 and you'd get country fried steak, a pile of fries, a chocolate shake. Go there in the morning, just as they're opening, you get two eggs with any way you want it, like 4 pieces of toast, a big slab of bacon, and you could get pancakes too, and that was all under like $5. Those days are gone. Amazon you got to figure Amazon, Walmart, Target. Look who was allowed to stay open during the coup. And now I'll tell you who the monopoly is, because those were the big ones. And some of your grocery stores like Kroger's and your local chains, your local big chains, run the monopoly on all of that. Amazon's definitely running it now on the online. One big mall by me called Lakeline, I hear, is full of vacancy. They finally tore down 2 of the malls here. They would just not do anything. One's right across the street from the Hollywood Casino here in town. I was surprised they got the gambling law to pass so they could build that. Sears was in there. Now, see what's funny, Latro, when they closed down, a lot of malls started going out here. Sears was always the last ones to go because they always seemed to do the most business. I prefer buying my clothes and such online. I don't have to run all over. See, I like going shopping now. That's the fun of it. I mean, it's nice, but getting out. Blue light special. Yes, the Kmart blue light special. In fact, I bought Autobots doing a blue light special for the kids, and that was back in the 80s. Ours was very busy. One of the last to go. Yes, Sears. That's another story. My mom loved J.C. Penney's. And Lazarus. The Lazarus store downtown. Man, I love that place at Christmas time because they were one of the few that kept the big show going with all the animatronics and toys. I was sad to see it go. Yeah, we have Kohl's. I have right now. They're all around campus. Kohl's do pretty good here, not like they used to. We had like, I think 4 in the surrounding Columbus area. Now they're just down to 2, on one on each side, because there's one over here, one on the east side of town and one on the west side. There's like one, it's real close to campus, and it always does real good business. And then there's another one. The one they closed by the Northland Mall is now a voting center. That's like big Best Buys. There's only like 1 or 2 Best Buys left here. I want to see them open Toys R Us again. We talked about that before, though. No, we have Kroger's here. Charlotte's, Marby, and Crow, and Alpen's all started in City. Yes, that I knew Kroger's did. Now, Big Bears were all gone. We used to have the Big Bear used to be Kroger's competitor, but they're gone now. I'm a sagging and dragging. Things fit differently these days. That tell me about. Actually, I'm losing weight real nice again, which is good, and I gained it all back because of stupid prednisone. I was getting it all back because of prednisone. I'm about down to my fighting weight again, so that makes me happy. I told Gemma I was down to 105, and I go, no, I didn't mean 105 because that makes me sound like a skinny pole. I'm down to 135 is what I weighed myself at tonight, which is good. And my last fighting weight was the last time before when I got disqualified. The day I got disqualified, I weighed in at 135. So I'm pretty happy. Now I just get toned back. Hi, Smoochie. I knew you were still here for the party. We're just hanging out scabbing. I don't even know what time it is. I've just been running my mouth, going with the flow. I try to sneak in some paranormal stuff, but everybody's just talking about everything else. So we're just going to go with the. Oh, it's 11:30. I'm not leaving until you throw out the meat, whatever. Okay. The Kohl's just apparently went out of business last month, and did they? I know. I have to go over and check because it's been a while since I've been over the one by the hospital, because it's over by Riverside Hospital, and it's close to campus. And it sat behind actually one of my old Bonanzas, and it was still open the last time I checked, but that was probably 2 months ago. I don't know what you mean, Smooshy. I'm not going to go there. That's your Amazon drop. I'm just going to say it. I was worried about your kidneys. Because my kidneys are good. I never had any kidney problems. Hello, Tarot Destroyer. How are you tonight? Kmart Australia Limited operates 325 stores across Australia and New Zealand, and with its head office located in. Really? Wow. Well, see, all our Kmarts are gone now. They've been gone for years. Oh, Kohl's, they went bankrupt. It figures. A lot of them are going bankrupt. There's a Kohl's nearby that is at my Amazon return point. Was maybe. Wow. I wonder if they're trying to save the stores. They may not all be closed down yet. Yeah. Okay, Smoothie. Tried to shop at Kohl's. It's been a while since I've been. Now, see, my ex she liked Kohl's. I know Gemma has a Kohl's by her mom's. I wonder if it's still open. She loved going in that store. I'll have to ask Gemma. I'll ask her mom next time I talk to her. If she knows if it's still open there in New Jersey. Yeah, I always thought Kohl's were kind of like Lazarus, because Lazarus they had great sales, but they were always a little on a pricey size. And Lazarus and J.C. Penney's was kind of like a nicer version of our Targets. Miles on return point is the Office Depot. We have two of them by me. And one of the one basically I go to is the OPS store over at the Graceful Shopping Center. I miss Kmart too because I always had a good time in there. Oh, Kmart was great in its day. Now years went by and took a toll in the store. I think the last Kmart that was open down here on the south end in Grove City, when we went in there just as it was getting ready to close, it looked so run down. It kind of looked like a dollar store. I kind of felt bad. But heck, I had gotten like half of my toys and stuff from Kmart and Toys R Us from my day. And the JCPenney catalog. I remember Mom asking us to look through the JCPenney and Lazarus, JCPenney especially, catalog, and we'd have to circle what we'd like for Christmas. What we would like for Christmas. Another one is Whole Foods. You know, I always thought Whole Foods was always kind of pricey. That's kind of like that was at Trader Joe's. They always come off kind of pricey to me. Target and Cincy is for rich people won't shop there. The rich is for rich people won't shop there. Really, Chris? My Target sucks, Smooshy. My Kmart was great. Kmart had, I'm telling you, I mean, she didn't get rid of all my toys, but she got rid of all my good ones, which kind of bummed me out. But there are still toys of mine that we got. I know Mom and Dad did a lot of shopping for Christmas, and our schools was at Kmart, JCPenney's, Lazarus if they had decent sales. And then the mall stores, like KB Toys and stuff. Kmart's ices were the best. See, that's like Woco, like me talking about Woco in the day. I mean, their diner was awesome. So I had Woco. We always, as kids, would go bounce between Woco's diner. We had two drive-ins. We had Jerry's Drive-In and Don's Drive-In. Don's Drive-In had the best homemade chocolate shakes. This lady would load it up with ice cream, and bless her heart. And their burgers were always perfect. They had the best onion rings too. Don's did. And I haven't had any onion rings like that since. I enjoyed my time in Cincy. Paid for a portion of the skyline. Okay. Target is one of the most overpriced. I kind of have to agree with there. If I go into Target, I'm going specifically for certain things. Just like Walmart. I haven't been in a Walmart probably a year now. We go to Myers. We've been going to Myers. It's cleaner. It looks nice. Price is just as good. Don't want to crazy people as much. No, we had Woolworths and Woolco's. There were Woolco's up here too, dude. They had both up here. We had a Woolworths on the east side, but we had a Woolco's in Graceland, and it was called Woolco's. Yeah, Woolco's. Yeah, they were great. Their diner was killer, man. The little man and lady ran the place, ran their diner, and that's what it was. It was like a diner inside of a department store. And the food was always awesome. I mean, it was, quick food, but it was always home cooked. I mean, their chicken fried steaks were awesome. Their hamburgers were good. They had a Dagwood sandwich that looked just like you would see in the movie, a big, huge sandwich. And it was like $2. I don't buy any produce now. Yeah, if you can grow your own produce, I would suggest it. And if you can build a greenhouse, grow it in a greenhouse, a little more controlled environment. My grandma worked at lunch counter at Woolworths downtown. Oh, really? That's wild, Chris. Yeah, our worker sat right next to the movie theater, which was just a two movie theater that had two theaters in it. That was it. And then we had the bowling alley. Wilco's is gone, the bowling alley's gone, and the movie theater's gone. Now they're wishing they kept the movie theater in there because they would do business, because they moved a bunch of new stores in the area, and Graceland's actually hopping now. She met her husband at Wilco. That's wild. Oh, I can really see the moon now. That's huge. Yeah, it should be coming around. When I get done here, I'll probably could pop out the. I wish there was a way. See, I don't have a fancy telescope yet. I just have a beginner's one that I like. It's just easier for me to use. But I do want to get the clip on so I can put my phone on it. Because I can get a clip on to put on it. There's a store in Northeast Ohio called Menards. Is still very big around here. In fact, they've opened a bunch of big ones. Latro, Menards. Yeah, they're all over the place now. There's a huge one just right over about 10 minutes away from me. And then there's a really big one they built over on the west side. But they're big here. They're cool. My dad loved going to that place. He likes it better going there than he does like Lowe's or Home Depot. But yeah, it's a hardware and houseware place. Oh, it's nice. Do any of you guys have Sutherland's? We have Sutherland's here too, which is like a more family-based owned hardware / hardware household. It's more hardware though, but they do have houseware stuff. They're real nice too, and their prices are always really good. Dingleberries. You're goofies. Sat next to Dr. Diner last year. All my stuff is coming up. Great. That's good, Edna. I know you were a little worried about flowers dying because of crazy weather. We have a tree in the backyard I'm a little concerned about. The leaves are literally falling off green and just dry. And we've had a lot of rain. I don't understand it, so I'm going to have a buddy of mine come out and check the tree out and make sure something's not wrong with it. It's one of those white maples. A white birch. That's what it's called. I think it's a white birch. I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah, Menards is big down south. Menards is in every city in Ohio. Yeah, just about now. Yeah, if not, they're kind of like they're like the big versions of General Dollars that are popping up everywhere. Man, I don't know what's worse, the General Dollars, the Family Dollars, or the Dollar Generals, because you got to watch, because there's two of them that have the same names, but they just flipped them. They literally popped up everywhere. Now they're closing some of them down because they've, like Bob Evans, they've opened so many up. It's killing them. You'll have to try and see the strawberry moon. Yeah, I will. I've got everything set up. Hopefully because when I looked out the window, it was pretty overcast. Really, the real high clouds. And it was looking kind of gray, not kind of open. I couldn't see no stars. Usually I can open that window up and at least see the stars out that way. I couldn't see nothing. Because it's pretty dark. It's nice. I got new neighbors and they don't turn on their back porch lights, which makes it nice. The first time I ever saw a Menards was in 2019. Really? They're real big down south too. In fact, they run cars and most of the race car circuits. I took a chance and planned it early, which was okay, Edna. I mean, it worked out. I know a lot of people planted early this year. It started in 95. Is that when they started? They feel like they've been around forever. My girls for us is doing great. All the same stuff. Yeah, I want to do a garden, but I'm kind of waiting. I don't want to get too carried away on certain things because he is 92. And I don't know, he'll probably outlive me. But I've been pricing woods. I think I'm going to build me a greenhouse because I have enough room in the backyard to build a greenhouse, and I have a spot right over here where it gets sun all day. So I'm actually thinking about building a makeshift greenhouse because I would rather have a. They got so dark green. Hold on, folks. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't mind using like miracle grown stuff. I'm very careful about trying to keep them as clean, things. Now the miracle grow we use on flowers and stuff. I don't use it too much on like the veggies. When me and the ex were married, we had a big, huge garden. We lived on a pretty good chunk of property. And beside the garage, sat away from the house. It was a 3-car garage, and then there was a big lot beside it. And we had a big, big garden grown. We grew green beans, peppers, all the peppers you could think of. We tried corn one year, but it didn't do too good. You have to really work the ground really good. We grew watermelon, cantaloupe. I think she even put a little bit of strawberries in there. But it would always do real good. And tomatoes. She would put in regular tomatoes and then cherry tomatoes. Because she would grow a lot of tomatoes because she made her own spaghetti sauce. And she made her own spaghetti sauce, tomato sauce, which were two different things to her. But there was a difference in taste. And sometimes she would make her own ketchup. And then she would make tomato dipping sauce that she's gone through the family. I guess it was the sauce you could use for dipping and everything. You kind of put it in everything. It was really good. But she loved the can. Now she said she doesn't have time to do it now, but she would do canning. She would canning, jarring stuff up. And we would have a pantry full of stuff for at least two winters, all through winter and all through summer. And usually beginning of the next winter. Hello, Johnny. How you doing? Tribal Chief, how are you today? Sup, Goofy? I am pretty goofy, ain't I? Hello, gentlemen. How are you tonight? I cut the bottom out of a milk jug and used it as a greenhouse. Hey, I've seen people do that. It's pretty cool. An herb garden. Yeah, for the herb garden. Yeah. He's growing good. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm looking at price and stuff to definitely build my own greenhouse. I've been planning an idea. I don't want to make it too big, but I want to make it big enough. I'm not going to plant in the ground. I'm going to, put up lifts in it and everything. I'm laughing. Yeah, I am goofy. I know I'm goofy. I have no problem with being goofy. Life is too short not to be goofy. So welcome, folks. You classic like it. You're a goofy guy. I try to be as goofy as I can. It's all about fun. I can't get too goofy with her on Friday nights, so I try to have a little fun with these on Wednesday and Saturdays. And I know my little shorts that I did for her, for Gemma to make her laugh, has made their rounds now. I'm a kid at heart. What can I say? I'll always be a kid at heart. I'm old soul. Everybody say, "Oh, you're an old soul," but I'm an old soul with a kid's heart. And hey, Johnny, how are you tonight? Guys, welcome. Welcome in. I'm going to probably call it here in probably 10 minutes. So I'll do the rundown real quick while everybody's gabbing. Nothing going on tomorrow night. Friday night at 7:15, 7. She's been starting around 7. So if you come in for oracles on Friday night, I would show up about 7:15 because she's been starting early. Now, the first time I tell you that, she'll end up starting right at 17. But we've been starting between 7 and 7:15. So, and starts 7:15. We'll go to about 10. She's only trying to make it to 10 now. The long nights got to her, which I get because she exerts a lot of energy. And members will go first, and then everybody after that until we figure something special out. Till she figures something special out for the members. She said right now this is the best thing she can do for the members is do them first. So if you're a member, try to come in early or get done early. And then everybody after that, it's still free. She went back to free. If you're new, just let me know you're new. If I can get you moved up, I will, but I can't make no promises because I try to keep the list going pretty smoothly. If you come in and don't want a reading and I call your name, just let me know. Just don't answer. Just say, hey, I don't want a reading. But we'd love to see you all there. She enjoys you folks very much and appreciates and loves you all. So, and then I will be here Saturday night at 10 o'clock. I'm going to do a couple more 10s and then start slowly working back to my midnight shows on Saturday night. During the week, the Wednesday show will probably stay at 10. Tonight's show will probably stay at 10, but I'm going to slowly work back to midnights on the weekend. Yeah, dancing in the moonlight. I know a lot of people probably aren't now. I howl at the moon. I always howl at the moon. The last few full moons have been cloudy for me. Yeah, the last one was really nice. We had a good day, one good day at night, though I could see it, then it was cloudy. But it's also been goofy weather. I'll be here with Saturday night at midnight, 10 for Gemma's replay. And then Monday she has an upload coming out. It's already on YouTube for Monday's 11 a.m. upload premiere. I love to see you guys in chat. I was a little late last week, but I had a lot going on. No, trying to do things while I was trying to watch it too. And we'll see what else. That should do it. Any other information, Gemma will let us know Friday. Please make sure you watch her shorts. Make sure you thumbs up them or do whatever you do. Let her know that you're watching them. Those who do TikTok and Instagram, she's on there too. GemmaJade YouTube YT. So I don't know what she is on Instagram. I know she's on TikTok. She's GemmaJade YT. So everybody, I'm going to call it tonight. Thanks for a wonderful 2 hours. I appreciate it. I thank you all for coming in and hanging out. And I hope to see you Friday night. Depending on how things go, I may switch things up and maybe stick an extra stream in. I was thinking about doing like a Sunday Sunday stream like at 9 or 10 o'clock. I don't know yet. Might do like one every other weekend or something. Just for chatting, and I may do something on my own channel too. I was thinking about because because I'm on her channel, I'm very particular about how I talk and how I say. It's bad enough I can barely talk half the time anyways, and I get to rambling. But I am thinking about doing some things on my channel. I haven't decided where I'm going to go. I do have 2 videos that I was going to upload on YouTube, and especially for Rumble, but I kind of sat on them. So just be watching in case. I'll let you guys know if I do decide to do it. So I hope to see you all Friday night. I'm rambling. I was just trying to make the last couple minutes Everybody have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful Thursday. I hope to see you guys Friday night for One Card Oracle. Gemma would love to see you. I don't get to talk as much except for calling names. Frustrating her. So I keep this as my tame nights. I sit and nitpicking why she does all the work. It is her channel, so so. Anyways, I'm getting goofy. Have a wonderful night. Everybody have sweet dreams. Thank you, Vixen, for being here. Thank you, Edna, for being here. Latro, of course. Tribal Chief, you too. Thank you. John for stopping in. The other John that stopped in. Skyly, if you can't, thank you for stopping in. I haven't seen Rain for a while. Hope they're doing okay. Smoochy, thank you so much for popping in. I'm just making sure I get everybody. I try to include everybody as much as I can. Uso, thank you for stopping. I knew I was forgetting somebody. He was like one of my first ones here. Him and Latro. Appreciate it, folks. Please have a wonderful day tomorrow. And I'll see you Friday night on the flip. Well, I should say, I'll see you on the flip side of Friday night at 7. Have a good night. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. Stay safe. Much love. Peace out.